Hey everybody, welcome right back to the channel. Welcome right back to this channel. Welcome back. Hey, college football is starting off real right. Clue in making sure that we all know that Google and Disney came to an agreement and it's back on YouTube TV. That's a pretty funny coincidence, right? But before we get into everything, college football, previewing games, reviewing games, talking about the YouTube TV thing real quick. Again, my name is Isaiah Austin, and welcome back to the IDA Kings Video Production Channel. Okay, if you like the video, please subscribe to the video, comment, hit the like button, hit the bell notification to know when I post and upload new videos. Okay, let's get right started into it. Like I said, it's back on YouTube TV now, ABC, ESPNs, all that type of stuff. Pretty interesting because a lot of people, including even myself, were about to cancel and did cancel subscriptions, probably left subscriptions already, let the things run out. So I think they decided to put stuff back on. They knew that they needed to really make a big time negotiation, and so they figured it out. Google figured it out with Disney, and it's back on. I think that's why. I think if they say anything else, I think it's kind of not really accurate because it's hard to really believe that it doesn't, like, them finding a way to make an agreement did not have a correlation with everyone trying to delete their accounts and, you know, go to other places like Hulu TV, different places, different services. But we're back at it now, back watching games on ESPN, and let me tell you, it's been crazy since it came back a little bit. Didn't know until yesterday. Found out some games happened that were wild. We start with Tuesday, though. Kent State ended up beating Akron in final overtime. Real close, high-scoring game. Kent State ended up winning 42-35 against Akron. Also, Western Michigan ended up beating Ohio, right? And the MAC, great MAC games, 17-13. That was a low competitive scoring game in the MAC conference. Another MAC triple header, really, that happened on that Wednesday. Central Michigan really put it to Buffalo, and Northern Illinois put it down on UMass, made UMass look bad. And then Toledo ended up beating Miami, only allowing them to have 3 points while they ended up scoring 24. Troy ended up losing. They got destroyed on Thursday against Old Dominion, 33-0. It was a nasty work. Now, Friday, this is where it got real crazy. Obviously, Minnesota lost to a great Oregon team who ended up winning last week in a close game-winning field goal against Iowa. They blew out Minnesota in Eugene. But this game got real crazy. Clemson versus Louisville, right? Louisville missed a game-winning field goal that could have won the game. Clemson was really trying to let Louisville win, but Louisville said, nah, we don't want to win. And that's what happened. Clemson is trying to be bowl eligible. They're 5-5. They beat Louisville, who's ranked number 20 in the college football playoffs. Real simple. This is not good for them when it comes to the ACC standings. But let me tell you, this is tough overall. But Clemson did a good job, finding a way to get a win. But they were really trying to give the game up, okay? Let's be real. That game was clearly close, though, competitive. Defensively, there were great things happening, too. But today is going to be a fun day, right? Today is going to be fun. A lot of teams are a game away of not being bowl eligible, like Wisconsin playing Indiana. Indiana's obviously number 2 in the country, playing against Wisconsin at home. Wisconsin's 3-6. They're trying to be bowl eligible. They need to win out to be bowl eligible. That's another team. South Carolina's another team. They got to play Texas A&M, who's ranked 3rd. This is going to be tough for teams like South Carolina. They're 3-6. They need to win out to be bowl eligible. It starts with Texas A&M. So those two teams alone right there, Wisconsin and South Carolina, might not be bowl eligible this season. But a big game on ABC at 12 p.m. I'm telling y'all right now, hopefully y'all get to tune in big time. Notre Dame 7-2 versus Pittsburgh 7-2. Pittsburgh is ranked 22, had a good year so far. I think they started out 2-0 and lost to West Virginia in that rival game, then came back, is now 7-2, playing against Notre Dame after going 0-2, have been doing a thing, winning the last 7 games. They need to basically probably win out, okay, to make the playoff. And this is a big test in Pittsburgh at 12 p.m. on ABC. That's going to be a fire one, okay? That's going to be a great game. Another great game that's going to happen on ESPN2 is Navy versus South Florida. South Florida is ranked 24 in the college football playoff. They are that group of 5 representatives so far who's going to be in the playoff. Okay, they have been having a great year. They've beaten Florida earlier. You know, they beat Boise State, who's, we all know Boise State's a real good team. They're freaking winning like crazy. And they're playing against a real good competitive Navy team. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Real good Navy team. They got to find a way to get that win. They got to find a way to do what Notre Dame did and get up early so they don't have to deal with that triple option, because that triple option is hard to deal with. So South Florida right there. Okay, another big game at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. about to get crazy, okay? Cincinnati, who's ranked 25 in the country, got to play Arizona, who's 63. That could be a tough game at home in Cincinnati, Ohio. You got to be careful. That's going to be a fun one right there, too. Fun one right there. UConn is doing great. Now, there's another team, Air Force, who needs to win out to get to 6-6 and get bowl eligible. But UConn might not be able to let that happen because they're 7-3, playing at a high level, dominating under Coach John, I believe Morta. Sorry if I got the last name wrong, but he's a beast at head coach. Flat out amazing. I think he was at UCLA before. He's been great at UConn. Flat out amazing, man. Games like that going to be special. West Virginia is trying to also be bowl eligible. They're 4-6, right? They beat Colorado last week. They're going into Arizona State, having to play at 1 p.m. on TNT, True TV, HBO Max, stuff like that. You got to be careful. Arizona State is no slouches. They can compete with the best of them. You already know that. This is crazy. Tennessee Tech is 10-0. I didn't know that because I seen them right here. I'm like, oh, God. They're 10-0. They're playing Kentucky. They might be their first loss. You never know. This could be a big one. Tennessee Tech, you know, is clearly playing well, right? They're 10-0. But Kentucky, man, they're hard fought. I've seen them play so many times. They've had close losses. They're a great defense. You know, that's gonna be fun, I think. That could be fun. Watch out for that one. That's going to be on SEC, I believe SEC Network, if I'm not mistaken. So that's one. UAB is trying to be bowl eligible at 3-6 after firing their coach Delfer, Trent Delfer, who was talking NFL and all that stuff years ago. You know what I'm saying? But North Texas is 8-1. They're trying to stay within that group of 5 conversation for the playoff. That's going to be a fun situation right there. Let me tell you something. 3:30 about to get nuts, though. Let me tell y'all something. It starts here. Oklahoma 7-2. Playing against Alabama 8-1. This could be upset alert. It's upset special out here, okay? Oklahoma, number 11 in the country. They've been in some close games that they lost, okay? Close battles up in here. That, you know what I mean? But let me tell you something. Alabama been war tested ever since losing to Florida State. They have been ringing off wins like it's nobody's business, okay? Had some close scares like South Carolina. LSU, they struggle a little bit, but I'm telling you, this game gonna be fun. Oklahoma versus Alabama gonna be a fun game at 3:30. Please watch on ABC. Gonna be some fun things on ABC. I'm telling y'all right now, gonna be fun stuff. Okay, Miami's top 15. They're trying to win so they can get in. You know, they, for some odd reason, I think they're in the playoff, which I'm shocked because they're most likely, unless some crazy wild chaos happens, they're not making the ACC championship game. So I don't know how they have them ranked ahead of the Georgia Techs and Virginias, all that stuff, but that's a whole nother ball game. NC State is 5-4, trying to upset the season of the University Hurricanes. Okay, flat out nasty. Another big game. Let me tell you something. Big game. It should be a big game. Iowa, who's 21, versus USC, who's 17. Man, this could be a fun one. That's a big game for both teams when it comes to the Big Ten race. Hopefully, playoff implications, especially USC. I think they only have one loss in the Big Ten, and that's to Illinois. You know, they have a chance to win against Iowa, because next week they play against Oregon. That's going to be a tough one too, man. Oh, man, USC is back on, putting in work. Virginia has to try to get a big win against Duke on the road. They're 8-2, 19. They got to get a big win. This helps the ACC for the Virginia. It helps ACC for them in ACC play, because you want to try to stay in that top 2, obviously, so you can play in the ACC championship game. Duke, though, you know, Mensa's a beast at quarterback, man. They're going to make it tough for him. They're going to make it big-time tough for him. Okay, 2 teams that are 3-6 that are trying to get to bowl eligible. Michigan State versus Penn State. Penn State was in a close battle. Really almost won the game against Indiana. Indiana, like I said last week, the last time I made a video. I'm telling you right now, man, this is some crazy work. They had a great job getting that last touchdown, that last big-time touchdown. So I'm telling you right now, it's important. It's important. You know, Penn State needs this win, and Michigan State needs this win. They're both 3-6, had up and down years trying to get bowl eligible, and they're both 3-6. So someone's not going to be bowl eligible. Okay, Illinois versus Maryland, that could be a good one on FS1 at 3:30, man. Good one, okay? Western Kentucky, they are showing up. They're 7-2. They've been playing real well. They should probably win against Middle Tennessee. But overall, man, it's been a great game so far. James Madison's trying to be also, James Madison is 8-1, trying to stay afloat when it comes to the college football playoff. Got to beat App State, obviously, to do that and stay in that realm of it. Okay, Memphis versus East Carolina. This could be a sneaky good game at 4 p.m. on ESPNU. This could be a sneaky one. Memphis is 8-2. East Carolina is 6-3. They are really tough. Both those teams are tough, competitive, hard-fought, really good teams, right? Wake Forest is playing North Carolina. North Carolina is trying to be bowl eligible as well. Another sneaky game that could happen, obviously, is Utah, versus Baylor. Both teams are really they have some competitiveness to them. Utah is really competitive, really good. Baylor has some upsets this year that are head scratchers when it comes to winning, and they could do that against Utah. Utah got to be careful down in Baylor. I believe Waco, Texas. Let me tell you another thing crazy. Florida is 3-6. They're trying to be bowl eligible, going through a lot of things, firings, things of that nature. Ole Miss is ranked 7. They're trying to stay in the playoffs. They're trying to be one of those playoff teams when it comes to the playoffs and stuff like that. Ohio State. This was a big game. Obviously, UCLA is 3-6. They've had some wins, 4 straight wins at one point. But Nico is hurt. Nico is big time hurt. He's not playing. And then they play Ohio State, who's #1 team in the country. That's tough. This one's going to be a magical game. Texas versus Georgia. This is going to be legendary stuff. It was magical last season, greatness last season, twice, I believe, in a row. I think in a regular season and in the championship, SEC championship game. This is going to be a magical one on ABC. Georgia playing Texas. Okay, this is fun, magical stuff. They lost to Ohio State. They lost to a 3-6 Florida team. But Texas overall has been really, really competitive, really, really great. And they play against Georgia. We're going to see if they're better now because they was in Columbus and lost, 14-7. Probably should have been 14-0. They have a chance to rewrite things down in Athens, Georgia. And Georgia's a great football team, top 5 for a reason. They are a special team. It was a close loss to Alabama. That's the only loss they have this season. Okay, flat out amazing, amazing, amazing teams from them. BYU's trying to come back after losing to Texas Tech. They're trying to come back, do their thing. Now, here's a big thing right here. TCU is 6-3. This could be a tough game on ESPN at 10:15 p.m. Y'all need to stay up and watch that, though. No way y'all shouldn't be watching. Another big-time game is Boise State versus San Diego State. Boise State end up getting another loss as well. But Boise State's a real good football team overall, like I said, and they're trying to stay afloat to make the college football playoff. San Diego State, same thing. They're 7-2, trying to stay afloat to make the college football playoff. Okay, another game, Wyoming, who's 4-5, trying to be bowl eligible, going against Fresno State, who has some big losses that they should have won, like Colorado State, for example. They lost to San Diego State, who's a good team, and obviously they lost to Kansas week 1 of the season. Kansas has been up and down, but Fresno State's trying to be 7-3, and Wyoming's trying to go 5-5 so they can stay in the race of bowl eligibility as best they can. Overall, man, it's been wild. The top 25 came out. So many different things happened within this college football already. Greatness coming on, man. Some wild stuff happening at that time. Some of the things has been fun to watch, to say the least, man. Some greatness. And it's going to keep getting great. College football is amazing. All right, college football is some special stuff, and it's happening today. Okay, and other sports too, like the NBA has been fun, man. Can't wait to talk about that. The college basketball has done some crazy stuff, some shockers a little bit. Overall, man, NFL's been crazy. So Man, I'm pretty excited about sports. So again, like I said, and I hope y'all love the channel. I hope y'all love this video. Okay. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Okay. Hit all that. Man, I hope y'all have a great Saturday. Unless you got to put in work today, do not leave the house today. I'm telling y'all right now, man. Love y'all, man. Peace.